Hi, as promised, here is a video around the companies and the ethical companies that I have found over the last couple of years of trying to procure and create and curate a more ethical wardrobe and ethical lifestyle in general. It's a little late in coming because I really struggled kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to say. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of start and show you some stuff, talk about a couple of the companies that I really like, a couple of things that I've learned, and then just let you have at it with that information and trust that you know that I'm not an expert. This is just how I've chosen to kind of work through some of these different things. So I want to start with fashion companies and particularly clothing companies. Most of you know, if you've been following me at all, that I love Pact Apparel. And by the way, for all of the companies that I'm going to name today, I will put links in the description of the video on YouTube so you can go and find those. But Pact Apparel is one of my favorites. It's got a great rating from Good On You, and they have organic cotton, everyday stuff, your basic clothing options from underwear to undershirts to t-shirts and your kind of athleisure wear, and they're very affordable as well. They have 4 collections, I think, a year, one for each season, and they do go through those pretty quickly. So, like I found a dress that I loved this fall. I bought a new funeral dress. I needed a new black funeral dress. And then during their sale of that particular season, I bought a teal dress in the same thing because I really loved how it fit. And now it'll be discontinued and there'll be new stuff coming out. So Pact Apparel is probably hands down my favorite. I have bought their leggings, which I like. I don't wear a ton of leggings, but when I do wear them, I do enjoy those. Another good organic cottony kind of basics company is Booty. And Booty Wear is out of Australia, and I've got some of their underwear and I enjoy those, and I've used some of their bras, and I actually use those as sleeping bras right now, and I really like those as well. Some of their undershirts, or I have a couple of like black long sleeve shirts that I absolutely adore from them, and they last a really long time. They don't pill, they don't fade. So that's a really good basics as well if you're looking for a place for basics. If you follow me at all, you also know that I do a ton of ThredUp. Resale is always good and ethical. And then I also do a lot of Athleta. I follow Athleta quite a bit. They have a good rating. They're working towards good. And I also support Athleta for a lot of reasons around their inclusion of many different body types, many different body shapes, many different body colors, and age as well. I think Athleta, more so than a lot of big named companies, are trying. And so I'm willing to put some money into that company. Couple other ones that have like more dresses. Fair Indigo is also really good and has some really nice stuff, as well as indigenous designs. And then I actually just learned about in my last cause box, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. In my last cause box about this company called Known Supply, and it's about kind of knowing who actually creates your stuff. And so they have a collection of clothing that I'm kind of interested in. Part of the cause box that came from Known Supply actually was some luggage, but I was just kind of intrigued, and so I followed them on Instagram, and I've been enjoying some of their clothing as well and some of those options. So as I continue to search for or need clothing, those are some of the companies that I'll go to first and foremost. Now, I mentioned CauseBox because part of why I chose to do CauseBox and why I continue to do CauseBox is because they do the work for me. CauseBox is a subscription box, very similar to like Fit Fab Fun, those kind of things, but it's 4 times a year, 4 curated boxes, and it's all ethical companies. So they're basically doing the research and the work for me, sending me some stuff. I get to sample some products, decide if I like it or not, maybe follow the company, maybe not. And CauseBox always sends like a little magazine in each of their boxes, and so I get to I can read more about the companies as well, what they're doing, and CauseBox also tries really hard to do women-led companies as well. So I really like those. And a couple of these companies I'm going to talk about, actually, I have learned about from Cosbox, such as Known Supply. Okay, so after clothing, those are my that's where I start in terms of clothing. Is my shoes. Now, I had mentioned in, I think, the first video, my capsule wardrobe video, my shoes is like a whole other thing that I'm working on. I have a dream to get my shoes down to 10 pairs of shoes, not including my athletic gym shoes, not including those, because they just don't count as shoes. I just have decided they don't count as actual shoes. So, now this is taking a lot of time. Right now, I just counted how many shoes I have, and I think I have about 20 pairs right now. And hopefully I just keep dwindling down those shoes. And there's actually a couple that I was looking at. I was like, I don't know that I'm going to wear those again. I haven't really worn those the last couple of seasons. So maybe they're ready to get going. But for shoes, I have 3 shoe companies right now that I'm obsessed with a little bit. First, and again, if you follow me at all, you know I'm obsessed with Fortress of Inca, which just has beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shoes. Now, Fortress of Inca is a little spendy. This is my new black. Oh my God, I love it so much. I can't wear it till spring, but they source right out of, I'm going to forget. I'm not going to be able to tell you Peru, maybe. So you can look them up online as well, but they have an exceptional rating on Good On You, as well as all of their stuff is sourced and locally sourced, and their leather is also appropriately and humanely procured, and they make beautiful shoes, but they are a little spendy. But I expect these shoes, I take care of these shoes. So I manage the leather twice a year. My sisters helped me kind of figure this out, but twice a year I basically spray that leather down. I give them at least a polish up twice a year, just to help maintain them for a long time. And actually, these shoes, if the soles go out, they come with a thing that says take them to your local cobbler. We have local cobblers, who knew? But and you can actually get them resold. So those are like investment shoes. Little spendy. I'm not gonna lie, a little spendy. The other place that I really, really love is called Manitoba Mucklucks. And this is my slipper that I just got for Christmas. I basically have the same shoe in a boot. Actually, let me just show you. This is my winter boot from Manitoba Mucklucks as well. They are the most comfortable shoe in the world. Last time I checked, they were not on Good On You, but this is one of those companies that I did a lot of research and I read a lot of their website, and they are an Indigenous-owned Canadian company. And again, looking through their pages and their information, they are doing a really good job of trying to both maintain their Indigenous designs, as well as do the best they can around labor and community engagement as well. And they ethically source their materials as well. So those are a couple that I have bought multiple pairs of shoes from, as you can tell. Now, I buy a pair of shoes like those both. I think I bought 2 pairs from each of those 2 places over the last 3 years. I think 3 years, maybe 2 years. But so it's a gift. The other company that maybe a lot of you have actually heard of too is Allbirds. And I bought these when I went on my trip to England, to Canterbury. I really wanted a good walking shoe. I did some research. They said Allbirds were great, and they are great. They are amazingly comfortable. I love them. I think I will probably purchase more shoes from them in the future when these ones give out. I have not yet washed them. That will probably happen in the spring, but Allbirds has a good rating on Good On You. They do not have as great of a rating around their labor. Their environment and their animal byproducts are very, very good, but their labor is still not up to snuff for Good On You. But that's part of this is, sometimes you have to make some of those choices. So that is my shoes. Now, some other companies. One is jewelry. Most of you know I don't actually need to buy any jewelry, but I wanted to give you a couple of companies if you are looking for jewelry that I follow on Instagram. mostly because I've gotten pieces from them either through Dressember or through the Cosbox. So one is Neshel. I have this beautiful long necklace from them. And another one is called Foxy Originals. And these just came. They were special made for Cosbox, but there were 3, but I took the other 2, already worn those. But Foxy Originals, and they're made in Canada. And then one of the ones that I really like and I have bought from is called Trades of Hope. And the other one that I think I got through, not Cosbox, but through Dressember is called Tenfold Collective. Both of those jewelry companies I've really enjoyed and have a couple of their pieces. I bought from I bought from Trades of Hope. I haven't actually bought from any of the other companies. So in terms of like customer service or anything like that, I can't really help you, but I do know that they are considered ethical companies through those 2 organizations. The other thing I wanted to tell you a little bit about was actually my watch. I decided I needed a watch. I got this for Christmas as well, my birthday. And I got rid of my smartwatch, and I really enjoy not wearing a watch, and most days I don't wear it, but for Wednesdays and Sundays when I'm at work, and particularly for Sundays, having a watch is super necessary. So when I started doing some research to find an ethical watch company, because that's kind of how I do this now, right? Like I need this thing. How do I find this? What's a good company to get this from? I didn't realize watches were so bad for the environment. Like environmentally, they're really kind of horrible. I didn't know this because of the batteries. And so I found this company called 111. And they are trying to really narrow the impact of their watches on the environment. And so I'm pretty sure they're all made in the country that these come from, which I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. So that's just something to think about when you are looking for a particular piece, that you really can do some of that research and kind of decide and find something that you like, hopefully as well. A couple of other companies to think about. One is, again, if you've been following me at all on social media, you know that I've been decided to try to do pour over coffee. And so I bought a pour over coffee mug and then the pour over coffee thing from 10,000 Villages. 10,000 Villages is always a great choice. They're great for gifts. They're great for just like those small things that you need around the house. It's always a place that I start and to look for if you want a scarf or something like that as well. And then in the same vein, my sister and sister-in-law both have been using Equal Exchange, fairly traded, this company called Equal Exchange, for years. I think both of them have, and I just haven't really got on board. And so this year, one of my goals is to get on board and buy all of my coffee through Equal Exchange, as well as, I didn't know this, but they also have chocolate. And they sell both baking chocolate as well as like big bars of chocolate, as well as these like tiny little minis, both in dark chocolate, which, yum, delicious, as well as milk chocolate. So that's something to consider as well. Now the last thing. The last is some facial stuff or some body things. So again, both of these companies I learned about from Cosbox. I don't have a deep, I kind of am trusting Cosbox a little bit to have done some of the work for me. But the first one is Wild. And this is I got this, I think, last year. It's a sponge. It's like an exfoliating sponge that you can use every single day as you wash your face. And this is the second time I bought from them because I actually really, really like this sponge, and I added it to my my face routine, and I think it has helped significantly in cutting down. I get a lot of flares, hormonal flares on my chin, and so this seems to have helped quite a bit on that. So that's a really good place, Wild. And then as well as this just came, and I'm very much enjoying it. This Malin and Goetz. This is a recovery treatment oil. So basically it's a night, I use it at night for wrinkles and lines and to nourish the skin a little deeper. And I actually liked this so much, and I decided to try their shampoo, which I think I've used twice, so I can't really tell you whether it's great or not. But it's shampoo, so it works. And being able to buy from an ethical company is always a bonus. So and it was pretty affordable, a shampoo as well. So, and now I have short hair, so my shampoo is going to last a lot longer. Those are kind of what I have. It seems like a lot to me. But if you have questions, if you have comments, let me know. If you want help or more information about why I'm doing certain things, or and again, it's always competing commitments. You're always going to have competing commitments, and you have to make the right choices for you, whether that's also like shopping locally or shopping independent folk. All of those things are really good. I think for jewelry, it's great to like buy stuff from friends or people who are making those. Many of you know I also buy a lot of my mugs from my dear friends at Studio 2 Ceramics, who also do a really good job around sourcing their clay ethically as well. So like just kind of being curious, I think, is really maybe the best place to start with all of this. Is just be curious and ask the companies that you're buying from now where they, whether like not necessarily literally, but going on their websites, thinking about asking that company where are they standing, and whether you change or not is immaterial, but to know that kind of information I think is really helpful as well and makes you a more informed consumer. So that's some information for you. Yep, that was a long video. And so if you've stuck through it with me, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I'm going to try really, really hard to make sure I put all of the companies that I've talked about, the link to their websites in the description of this video, so that you can quickly find those as well, including CosBox and including Dressember, both of which have markets of their own as well. So that's also important to note. Both of those actually have their own markets. So that is what I have for you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening, and hopefully this was helpful.